I'm going to just simple prayers. Sri Ganeshaya Namaha.
Sri Ganeshaya Namaha.
And you don't have to mute if you're going to be, if there's not going to be too much noise. So I can hear a little bit, but if there's going to be some background noise, in that case, you can mute yourself. Om Sri Saraswatyai Namaha.
Om
Om
Sri
Namo
Saraswati
Bhutebhyah.
Namaha.
Sri Medha Dakshinamurti Swamine Namaha.
Sri Medha
Shuklam Baradaram Vishnum Shashivarnam
Shashivarnam
Chaturbhujam
Chaturbhujam
Prasannavadanam
Prasannavadanam
Dhyayet
Dhyayet
Sarva
Sarva
Vignopasantaye.
Vignopasantaye.
Then we'll do a Guru Vandana, which is there in the Vishnu Sahasranama itself. Vyasam
Vyasam
Vasishtanaptaram
Vasishtanaptaram Shakte
Pautamakalmasham
Pautramakalmasham
Parasharatmajam
Parasharatmajam
Vande
Vande Shukatatam
Shukatatam Tapo Nidhim.
Taponitim.
Then one Saraswati Shloka, which is also there in the Vishnu Sahasranama. Before you read that, Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye. So Ganesha, Guru and Vani. Ganesha, Guru, Vani, Vandanam. This is the starting. And we can start with a Sahana Bhavatu also. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Hunaktu Sahaviryang Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhi Tamastu Mavidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om, welcome you all again. And this Vishnu Sahasranama, this Nama word is very similar to the word name in English, right? So it means the same. And we are going to talk regarding the 1,000 names of Vishnu Bhagavan. You can add a Sri in the front. So Sri Vishnu Sahasranama. And what is the power of Nama word or the name? We know in our worldly sense also, I called all your names, I remembered all your names, and I had a good response from you, right? So that is the power of name. And when it becomes the name of Bhagavan, what to talk about that, right? So Bhagavan is going to definitely pay attention the moment we say his names. And so when we take Bhagavan's name, according to Puja Swamiji, Dayanand Saraswati Maharaj, when we take Bhagavan's name, we become a devotee. Whereas when we take the name of any local person, in your own life, that is called obsession. So devotee versus someone who is being obsessed. That is Puja Swamiji's addition there. So that is how we have a mahatva for Bhagavan's names. And so Sahasra word is there. And Sahasra is 1,000. 1,000 is just a number. We know this in Purusha Suktam, we say Sahasra Sirsha Purusha Sahasrakshat Sahasrapat. Hey Bhagavan with 1,000 heads. Hey Bhagavan with 1,000 eyes. So one Mahatma asked, if Bhagavan has 1,000 heads, he should have 2,000 eyes, right? So here Sahasra is just a name to indicate infinite. Bhagavan's Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta, they say. So there's infinite names for Bhagavan. Infinite names are there because Bhagavan's gunas are infinite. So gunas are all the glories of Bhagavan are infinite. We also have, in a limited sense, more than a few names. When we are with mom has a certain name for us all the time. It's a pet name. And dad may have a little name which is a little, kind of a scolding name. Say Swami, Puja Swami Dayanand Saraswati takes the example of a name Subramani. So he'll be called Mani, he'll be called Subbu, then he'll be called Subbudu. It's like a pet name, Subbudu. And Subramani, of course, officially they will call him Subramani at his work. And of course, the child will call him dad, and For the father, for his father is a son, and there are so many names. We also take so many roles also. So we have our own limited glory. When this glory is infinite, that is our Bhagavan. So Bhagavan's glories are infinite. One person asked me this question in a local temple here, and he said, we are talking about Bhagavan as this and that and that. Bhagavan as a giver and who is a protector and who is doing that and this and everything for the devotee. At the same time, we are also saying Bhagavan is Nirakara or Nirguna. So this is a very technical thing which I can tell you and you can remember. In Vedanta, in our religion, Bhagavan is Nirakara and Saguna. Nirakara is, Bhagavan is formless. You can take like that, formless. But Saguna means he has got infinite glories, infinite qualities, infinite attributes. So one of the attributes of Bhagavan being Parabrahma, which is formless, is to be able to take any form. You see that? So Bhagavan is formless, but he has the infinite capacity to take any form. So that becomes his attribute. So that is how we resolve this confusion basically. So Bhagavan is, you can also remember, Nirakara. Don't say Nirguna. Ishvara is Nirakara. Akara means form. He is beyond all forms. Why should we say formless? He is beyond all forms. At the same time, he is Saguna, which means he is capable of anything and everything in this world, which also includes Bhagavan coming down to us as an avatar. Only our religion, Bhagavan comes down as an avatar. And we have a track record of all the avatars. So why should we give up those track records? So we will study all that, we'll enjoy all that. So we have a track record of all the avatars also. And this Bhagavan coming down as an avatar, like for example, take Krishna Bhagavan. He comes down as a Sarathi. He comes as a driver of Arjuna. He says, Arjuna, please order me, where should I take the chariot? And Arjuna says, put me in between the two forces. Let me see everybody, where I can see everyone. And that is the start of his problem. So Bhagavan will do that. So Bhagavan is one of the guna. Again, attribute, quality, guna. Guna is different from akara, form. So one of the qualities of Bhagavan, it is said, Etoktakari Bhagavan. Etoktakari is Bhagavan will listen to you. Which Bhagavan will listen to you? We have to only follow orders when it comes to Bhagavan, right? But here, our Bhagavan, in our Hindu religion, he listens to you, he follows you also. That is our Bhagavan. So that is why Sahasra, 1,000 infinite names, infinite stories of Bhagavan, infinite names of Bhagavan. Here in this text, in this Grantha, we are going to see 1,000 names of who? Of our Vishnu Bhagavan. So when we say Vishnu Bhagavan, Lakshmipati comes to our mind. Lakshmipati is Vishnu, right? Sripati. And then Chaturbhuja, 4 arms. So that is our Bhagavan Vishnu. Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. In his 4 hands, one hand Shankha, Kank is there. Other hand, Chakra, disc is there. Gada is there. The 3rd hand, and then Padma, lotus is there. Mace and lotus. So these are all there in Bhagavan's hands. So this is all Bhagavan Vishnu, which we are worshipping. So this is a Sakara. You see, Akara has come. So we should not, so Vishnu, the form has come already, right? But this is Bhagavan's capacity to take all these different forms. And we know all the avatars of Bhagavan Vishnu, including our most popular Krishna avatar, Rama avatar, Nrsimha avatar, all these avatars. Now, this is Vishnu. The word Vishnu itself would mean, coming to the word Vishnu, it is all the Sanskrit words are from a root. The root for the word Vishnu is Vishul Vyaptyarte. Vyapti means, it is, Vyapti is, what Vyapti is all around, everywhere. What is everywhere? We know space is everywhere. But here, Bhagavan Vishnu, unlike space, which is inert, Bhagavan is all knowledge also. He is a Chaitanya Swarupa. So this is the Bhagavan who is Chaitanya Swarupa, who is also everywhere, who is pervaded everything, they say in English. So that is Bhagavan Vishnu. That is the word meaning of the word Vishnu. So what is everywhere? Suppose if I see a snake in a dim light, say I'm going back to Vedanta, snake in a dim light. Now, if I see a rope in a dim light, say I'm already scared of snake. Suppose if I see a rope in a dim light and I take it to be a snake, and someone takes it to be a stick, someone takes it to be a streak of water, and someone takes it to be something shining on the place. Someone takes it to be a split on the earth. Now, this rope has pervaded that snake in your mind. It has taken the form of that stick, and it has taken in the form of, so that rope, which is neither snake, neither streak of water, neither a stick, neither none of this, that can take any form, right? That has taken all these forms. Likewise, clay pot, even better, gold and all the ornaments. So all the ornaments, bangle and chain and necklace and ring and whatnot, the weight of those ornaments is nothing but the weight of gold. So if you want to see gold, do you have to break down the ornament? Do you have to melt the ornament? Right? So this gold, which has become this shapeless, formless gold, which has pervaded all the ornaments, this rope, which is none of the above, and which has pervaded all the objects which we take that to be. Likewise, this Bhagavan Vishnu, the word Vishnu means he is the Vyapana Shilaha. There's nowhere where there is no Bhagavan. There's nowhere where there is no Vishnu Bhagavan. The name Vishnu would mean that. So which means Vishnu is also the Atma of Shiva. Vishnu is also the Atma of Brahma. And now you take this, some people say Vishnu is the Palana Karta. He protects. He protects. Brahma creates. But Brahma itself is created by Vishnu from his Nabhi. And they say Shiva, Rudra Rupa, he takes back the entire creation. He takes it back to unmanifest, they say, right? He brings, it's a big job also. Unwinding, rewinding is also a big job. Bhagavan Shiva does that, they say. So when you are seeing a farmer, this farmer is the one who sows the seeds. This farmer is the one who protects the plants as it grows. He nourishes the plants also with all fertilizers and whatnot. And he is the one who destroys that, he harvests also, right? So when one simple farmer can do so much creation, sustenance and destruction, why not one Bhagavan do all that? In fact, if you say Shiva is separate, and then that means when Shiva destroys, I don't want to use the word destroy, Puja Swamiji's word, when Shiva would be unmanifest. If Shiva takes everything back to unmanifest, then he has to take Vishnu Bhagavan also to unmanifest. If you separate, if Brahma and Vishnu Shiva, if you separate, so then so that will be a problem. If Brahma, then when Shiva has to take even Vishnu Bhagavan to unmanifest, then Brahma has to come back and create Vishnu. So that is why we say this Vishnu Bhagavan is Vyapana Shilaha. He is the, as I told, he is a Nirakara Bhagavan who can take any Akara. Likewise, Shiva word also. Likewise, Brahma word also. And you will see that in the Vishnu Sahasranama itself, Bhagavan Vishnu is called with the name Shiva more than a few times. Bhagavan Vishnu is called with the name Brahma also. Bhagavan Vishnu is Hiranyagarbha, Shatrugno, Vyapto, Vayurado. Hiranyagarbha is Brahmaji. Bhagavan Vishnu is called as Aditya, Surya Bhagavan. So these are all different manifestations of the same Parabrahma, Paramatma. You can say that. So that is our Vishnu Bhagavan. And Sri is the one who can give us Sri. Bhagavan Vishnu is also the one who can give us all the Sri, Yashas, all our wealth and everything in terms of what we need here and what we need later. That is all possible because of this Sahasranama of Vishnu Bhagavan. Now, we have to look into the location of this Sahasranama. I want to keep this class a little lighter, So we have to see the location of Vishnu Bhagavan. So before that, let us go to a Mahatmya, one more Mahatmya. In Vishnu Sahasranama, at this last section, in the last section, we have this shloka. What is that? Parvatya uvacha. Everyone can say, if you know that. Parvatya uvacha, keno payena laguna, Vishno nama sahasrakam patyate panditay nityam shrotumichamyaham prabho Ishvara uvacha Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Rama Nama Varanane. Right? So, Parvati ji, the story goes like this. And Parvati ji also chants Vishnu Sahasranama. I'm bringing out the Mahatmya, glory of Vishnu Sahasranama, through a story. So, Parvati ji also chants Vishnu Sahasranama. And she also has to take care of Shiva when he comes home and he comes back to Kailash. So one day when Parvati ji was chanting Vishnu Sahasranama, then when Rudra Bhagavan Shivaji came, she was still doing Vishnu Sahasranama. Then Shivaji said, Parvati should know a shortcut for Vishnu Sahasranama also. Whenever there is a requirement, there is a shortcut. So Parvati ji is asking, what is that shortcut? And also she is asking, Patyate Pandite Nityam. The shortcut is Shivaji is saying to Parvati, don't you know the shortcut which all the Panditas know? Panditas are all the wise men, all the learned ones know. Parvati is curious, what is that shortcut? Let me know. And then our Bhagavan Shivaji says, Sri Rama Rama Rameti, Rame Rame Manorame, Sahasranama Tatulyam. Take the name of Rama. Sri Rama Rama Rama. If you say that, that is the shortcut. That includes Sahasranama Tatulyam. Tulyam means it is equivalent. It is in the balance, it will balance out for not saying all the 1,000 names. Ramchandra, our Shivaji is saying. So even Shivaji and Vishnu, Parvati, they are very interested in Vishnu Sahasranama. And if you take Lalita Sahasranama, I have to balance it out all the time. If you take Lalita Sahasranama, in the Lalita Sahasranama, you will see that Lalita Sahasranama is greater than even the 1,000 names of Shiva, and Shiva Sahasranama is greater than even the 1,000 names of Vishnu. It is all there in Lalita Sahasranama. Hayagriva Vacha, all these things are there. But most popular, all said and done, the most popular, even accepted by even Parvati and Parameshwara, is Vishnu Sahasranama. They have accepted, but this is going to be the most popular, and all great names also. Our Swami Tattvadanji Maharaj has told these names in Vishnu Sahasranama are very Vaidika Ukta also. There are so many names connected to Vedas also, they say. So very special. So we are going to take this Vishnu Sahasranama. Now, when you let us see where it is. Vishnu Sahasranama is in Mahabharata. In Mahabharata only Vishnu Sahasranama comes. And Mahabharata only Shiva Sahasranama also comes. Now, who is saying Vishnu Sahasranama to who? Is a question. So we have to, this is the lineage. This is more interesting, I'll tell you. The lineage is more interesting. Bhishma Pitamaha, when he is lying in the bed of arrows, he is saying Vishnu Sahasranama to our Yudhishthira. And you should know this. Why? Because when you start Vishnu Sahasranama, you say what? What is that you say that? Even I'm stumbling a little bit there. What is that you say in Vishnu Sahasranama for the first one? Let me quickly pull it. You all know that. But yeah. Vaishambhayana uvacha shrutva dharman aseshena pavanani cha sarvashah yudhishthira shantanavam punarevabhya bhashata. Right? You say that. We'll get to that when we get to that point. What I'm trying to say, who has heard everything from Sanakadi, Shaunaka Rishi, sorry. He is telling Vishnu Sahasranama, he is telling all the names of Vishnu Sahasranama to Yudhishthira. And who sent Yudhishthira to Bhishma? Our Krishna Paramatma. Krishna Bhagavan sent Yudhishthira to Bhishma to learn all the dharma, shades of dharma. Again, as I was telling in the Bhagavatam, dharma has got different shades. It's not always black and white. That is our religion. And it changes, dharma, the shade changes according to the adhikaritva, the qualification and the requirement of the need of the time, need of the place, and need of the person. That is our dharma. So Yudhishthira had to learn all those different shades from our Bhishma, who is so experienced. So those shades you will know only when you have so much experience, right? And after that, Vishnu Sahasranama, 1,000 names of Vishnu. Bhagavan, Bhishma is telling him. Now, this story that Bhishma is telling the Vishnu Sahasranama to Yudhishthira, who is telling that? So that is being told by a rishi called Vaishampayana. Who is he telling to? That rishi, that sage is telling that to the great-grandson of Yudhishthira. To be precise, great-grandson of Arjuna, who is Janamejaya. So Arjuna's son Abhimanyu, Abhimanyu's son, who is Abhimanyu's son? Devotees of Bhagavata. Parikshit, right, Parikshit. And Parikshit's son is Janamejaya. The word Janamejaya would mean, the word, in fact, one of the names for this Mahabharata has got different names. One of the names is Mahabharata is Jaya. Why? You will see that in that shloka which we chanted in the first place, which is Vyasam, no, not that one. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jaya mudirayet. Mudirayet is said. Jaya has been told. Jaya, the Mahabharata, knowing Mahabharata is, is being very victorious in your life. And in that, two main things. One is Vishnu Sahasranama, other one is Bhagavad Gita. Both Bhagavad Gita and Vishnu Sahasranama, they are all in Mahabharata. Both are in Mahabharata. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna is very kind, right? But what he has told in the end of the Bhagavad Gita, he has told this, very interesting, which doesn't reflect his kindness actually. He says, Idam te na tapaskaya na bhaktaya kadachana na cha sushrushave vachyam na chamam yebhya suyati. Suyate, I think. Bhagavan, in the 18th chapter, the last chapter, final chapter, Bhagavan is saying to Arjuna, this Bhagavad Gita is not for the one who is not taken to tapascharya, who is not taken to penance, who is not taken to all the austerities, who is not taken to all the disciplines. And na bhaktaya, if someone is not a devotee, he is not worth listening. This is Bhagavad Gita. That is Bhagavan Sri Krishna has told in the end. Very surprising, right? So this is Bhagavan's very strict qualification for being able to study Bhagavad Gita, which is be a devotee of Bhagavan, devotee of Ishvara, devotee of Narayana, and also have some discipline in your life. Why I am trying to say this, our goal is not, our talk is not regarding Bhagavad Gita here, right? When it comes to Vishnu Sahasranama, look at who is qualified for Vishnu Sahasranama. We have one shloka in Vishnu Sahasranama which says that. Kim japam muchyate jantur janma samsara bandhanat. Right? He's asking, Yudhishthira is asking, who can, give us what we can chant. When he says, he's using the word jantuhu. Jantuhu is what? Animals. Actually, it means animals only. So what we beings, social animals, we social animals, human beings can chant. He's asking, human beings are also called social animals, right? One of the names they give. But what I'm trying to say is, Yudhishthira is asking what ordinary people who are as good as, who are not taken up to any discipline, who was not he was not having any devotion, who is a very simple person, his lifestyle is as good as an animal, say. What should he chant? Yudhishthira is asking. So, that way, Vishnu Sahasranama, everyone is qualified. In Gujarati, they say prani. Prani, they say. Prani means it's a kind of a funny word. That prani came means, that they say, it's a very funny word they use, In Tamil and in South Indian language, they say jantu when they want to, criticize or make fun of somebody, basically. So, that kind of a very ordinary, dumb fellow also. If he takes up to Vishnu Sahasranama, what is the phala? So adhikari is what? We're all adhikari. We're all qualified. We're all, we can all take up to Vishnu Sahasranama. What is the phala? In that same line, janma samsara bandhanat vimuchyate. Vimuchyate. You're free forever, not by giving up this body, but in spite of all the limitations of this body, mind, senses, you don't have that sambandha with the bandha. The bandha is there. All different role playings are there in your life. Your professional life is going to be there. All right? So we are all waiting for people from California to finish their professional life and get to this Vishnu Sahasranama. And they made it also, so which is very interesting, very nice. So professional life will be as it is. Your family life will be, your role playing will all be there. But you'll be free. As Puja Swamiji says, freedom not from relationship, freedom in relationship. Freedom while relating. Freedom while performing whatever you need to do. That is a moksha here. And that is being janma samsara bandhanat. Actually, only the word janma is there. People always ask, what is the problem in being born? There's no problem. Absolutely no problem. But then it is also always coupled with having to leave. So you can say janma to janma, or you can say mrityu to mrityu. Life to life to life to life, or death to death to death to death. That is what we are undergoing. We are not undergoing. Our bodies are undergoing. So our bodies are undergoing, and we are there all the time. The body comes and goes. This is our Vedanta. And if you think body is there, but I come and go, I come and go in different bodies, then that is the cause for our that is ignorance also. So from this ignorance we'll be free. And janma samsara bandhanat, that avidya nashaha will be there. So janma is also a coupled with marana, right? And what about everything in between? Janma, born, then jayate, vardati, then it grows. The baby is so helpless. It has to be under full care of the mom. Baby is so helpless. Like that kind of a helpless growth phase is there. Baby wants to ask something, but it cannot ask. It has to learn the language. The growth is there. Then afterwards, a very short period of youth, very short, just a few years, 13. Today also, they don't have to call these all teen years, but somehow that is fixated in our mind. We think youth means only from 13 to 19. That is it. Youthhood is gone. Then middle age, they also say middle age crisis, they say, right? And then of course, diseases. What to talk about diseases now when we are having all this virus going around, right? Vaccination has also come. But these diseases, jara, vyadhi. So birth and death would include, this is a whole package, complete package. Diseases also is part of the package. And old age, and that's the end of, then only death comes finally. And also there's no guarantee we'll be born as a human again. That helpless cockroach and earthworm which we see getting crushed in the under the bus, it can be one of our bodies next time. Who knows? But if you're taken up to Vishnu Sahasranama, the meaning of Vishnu Sahasranama, if you're taken up to the meaning of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan is bound to give you a human form. That guarantee is there. So this is Vishnu Sahasranama, who is the everyone is qualified. Everyone has got the necessary requirement. And what is the phala? Jivan mukti, moksha, here and now, without having to give up. What do you have to break the pot to know it is clay? Do you have to break the pot to know that the space inside the pot is the same as space outside? It's the same space, right? So that is the Jivan Mukti. That is what is guaranteed in Vishnu Sahasranama. But provided you also know the meaning also. Because even this much Janma Samsara Bandhanat, today I have to tell the meaning for all of us to appreciate that, right? Although we have been saying Vishnu Sahasranama for several years. So I really congratulate and appreciate all of you for coming. This is the power of knowing a little bit of power of knowledge, power of knowing the meaning. The power of knowing the meaning is so powerful. The Vishnu Sahasranama, I haven't finished. I said the Vaishampayana Rishi sage told it to Janamejaya, but we all know the Vishnu Sahasranama was composed by Vyasa. And Vyasa didn't want to write Vishnu Sahasranama. He said, what is in my mind, if I start saying, only half of it will come. And what I'm saying, if I start writing, it'll be another half of what comes out of my mouth. So Vyasa said, I want to just keep thinking and delivering all the shlokas. And he was praying to Brahmaji, please, somebody who's so capable, who can write down the entire Mahabharata. 1 lakh shlokas, 100,000, right? 1 lakh? 100,000 verses in Mahabharata. All right? So then Bhagavan Brahmaji says, only one person is capable. Only one Devata is capable. He is our Ganesh Bhagavan. So Ganesh Bhagavan had to come. So Ganesh Bhagavan had a condition. He said, I have several things to do. Everybody prays to me first before anything else. Even for this Vishnu Sahasranama, they pray. We all pray to Ganesh Bhagavan. So he says, I have one condition. When I start writing, I will never put my pen down. You should be delivering the shlokas continuously. It should be coming out of you as a flow, so that you can keep me busy, because I have other things to do also. Then for that, Vyasa was thinking, this is Ganesha's speed, who can match? He said, I also have a condition. What is that? Whatever I say, Ganesh Bhagavan, I want you to completely appreciate its entire meaning and then write. So this is not a test for Ganesh Bhagavan, but this is just how we have to appreciate meaning also. Even Bhagavan had to appreciate the meaning. Ganesh Bhagavan said, okay, no problem. Ganesha is the hardware here. The Buddhi's hardware is Ganesha only. Software, what is coming out, is Saraswati. So people are to make this, whatever is coming out, the software, language. Software is also language, right? That is Saraswati. And it is Ganesha here. So Ganesha had no problem. In fact, Ganesha could write down so quickly. Vyasa had to sometimes compose some difficult verses. But still Ganesha was fast. And at the end of the 17th Purva, chapters are called, the cantos are called Purva in Parvas in Mahabharata. Vyasa was, pausing for a few seconds. Ganesh Bhagavan disappeared. And Vyasa was, sad after that. He said, I want Ganesh Bhagavan back. What will I do? Now I'm ready with all the shlokas for the 18th chapter. But when Vyasa looked into the work which Ganesha had done, Ganesha has already written all the 18th chapter completely. Whatever was Vyasa's mind, Ganesha has already penned it down and he disappeared. And the tusk of Ganesha also has a story, right? The tusk of Ganesha, when Ganesha was running out of the pen, which was getting broken, Ganesha threw that and he broke his tusk. He didn't want to stop. He continued his work. So at the cost of his tusk, he's still represented with only half tusk. But that representation is for us to appreciate how we should be focused on our work. Be it a little pain for us. No pain, no gain. Even if it is going to make us look so odd, Ganesha is fine with that. He did that. Because one child asked me this question. Why should Ganesha Bhagavan do that? He is so powerful, he's Bhagavan. He could have gotten a new something to write, right? I said, that is for us. So whenever we see the half tusk of Ganesha, it is to remind us that, at any cost, you should continue to do what you have taken up in your life, to be focused. I just came up with this, I never expected this question. I just came up with this answer when that question was asked. Again, software, Bhagavan Ganesha helped me. So that is our Ganesha Bhagavan. So Ganesha is writing, Vyasa is saying, and as you see in the inside, in the inner story, Vaishampayana is actually saying to Janamejaya. But how we know? Because Bhishma is telling to Yudhishthira. That is how we got the Vishnu Sahasranama. This is the positioning of Vishnu Sahasranama. So we saw the Mahatmya of Vishnu Sahasranama. We saw the positioning. We saw who is the Adhikari. These are some of the important aspects of any Grantha. So here we saw all of this, and I should also see the time. Okay. So then we'll see if there is anything else, because I didn't want this class to be 1 hour, by the way. Okay. I want it to be more close to 45, 50 minutes if there is something very interesting towards the end. So that way we can have your total attention here. So this is what I really wanted to say. And there are other things also regarding the greatness of Vishnu Sahasranama, and it gives dharmarti prapniyat dharmam artharti cha prapniyat. So if I say like this, you will think, where is this coming? Dharmarti prapniyat dharmam artharti chartamapnuyat kamanamapnuyat. Like that, if I say in the tune, then you know that it is also in Vishnu Sahasranama. If you want dharma, if you want to be at any given situation, Bhagavan, may I be right, may I do what is right. Give me that dhairya, give me that courage to be always right, to choose the right ones. Vishnu Sahasranama will give. Artharti, if you want wealth, Vishnu Sahasranama can give you all the material wealth also. Because everything is a glory of Bhagavan. As Pujya Swamiji would say, in this creation, Bhagavan is not just the maker, he is also all the material in the creation. You're all Ashavidya devotees, you are familiar, right? Bhagavan cannot put himself separately and create this entire creation. Then the question would be asked, who created that place where Bhagavan was sitting to create the entire creation? So it's a regressive question. So Bhagavan has to be the maker and also the material. Just like the spider can create its web from itself, Bhagavan created everything, including our body, mind, senses. That's very important. Include that, your body, your mind, your senses, your intelligence, your capacity to be intelligent. It's all capacity for the brain to recognize, cognize. Everything is under Bhagavan's creation. So Bhagavan has a total overlordship. When the coronavirus was striking, so hard, especially when people were not sure how to handle this. Last year, March, April, there was a youth session, and I was told, to address that session. Youth means very young children, very, very young children. So, so then one of the question is, what do you think of this? Is this a human error? Why is Bhagavan creating such a havoc? So I said, Bhagavan did not create. It is our own human error, which might have caused this. They are still investigating what is the reason, what has happened. The very fact they are looking for a reason means, it is somewhere It is our own, our glory. It is not Bhagwan's glory. We should take credit for this glorious thing called coronavirus, wherever it started, however it started, and how we went all over the places. But I can tell you this, Bhagwan has got total overlordship. You will see in time, I told this in last year, March. You will see very quickly there will be vaccination for this. And today we have vaccination from different companies. You can choose. Okay, so that is what I want to try to say is Bhagavan has an overlordship. He's got a total overlordship on any situation. And Bhagavan's time may be a little longer. He takes, when he does something, it is thinking all our 7 janmas in the past, 7 births in the past, and 7 births in the future. So Bhagavan has to make a total calculation. So he is a karma phala data. And we have so much desires, but then we only did so much to deserve all our desires. So he has to factor that in also. He's all compassionate. So he has to factor in that, but he has to more lean towards our desires. He has to do all these things. So Bhagavan can do everything and anything in this world. Why I'm trying to say this? This Vishnu Sahasranama can give you whatever we wish for. All the pleasures, moksha. Somebody wants moksha, that is also within the limits of Vishnu Sahasranama. And I'll just quickly say one story with Puja Swamiji says and conclude. So Puja Swamiji says all these names are there, like Vishwam, Vishnur, Vashatkaro. When we say just the name, how would Bhagavan know what to do for us? So this is just how would Bhagavan say? Like for example, they say Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So Hare is nothing but Hari. When you call Hari, you have to call him Hare in Sanskrit. When you call Sita is a name, but when you call Sita, you have to say Site, hey Site. Likewise, Hari, when you call, you have to say Hare. So even this, it is a part of knowledge, right? Even this might be new for some of you. So Hare is a Sambodhana of Hari. So if you call Hari, how is Hari? So we just Hare Rama, agar bolane se, what is going to happen? How? So we should tell Hari what to do and all that. This Vishnu Sahasranama is just all the names, but how would we put everything to Bhagavan that what we want and all that? So Bhagavan, Swamiji gave an example. He gave, in the railway station in India, the tea seller, the chai wala, he comes. There's no fancy tea shop like we have here in the US, where you can order different tea, cold tea, iced tea, and that tea and this tea and all that. So only one type of tea. The tea seller comes, chai wala is called. And you will be sitting in the platform of the station. And when the chai wala comes, you just say, hey chai wala. You just say, hey chai wala. Means you're calling that person, chai wala. He comes, he fills a cup for you, he gives, and he walks away to the next customer, and he comes back only to collect the money. So you just called chai wala. You didn't say chai wala, come here. Grammatically, you didn't say, put a sentence, please give me 1 cup of tea and all that. You didn't say. You just said chai wala. You called chai wala, and chai wala came and did everything. And children also are like that, right? When children cry, they just cry for mom. They cannot articulate what they really want, but mom comes and delivers everything what the child needs, right? So likewise, Bhagavan's name can do the job for us, can really bring us all the glory. So this is the introduction, and we should have gone into Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnu, but this is, I think, not the right time to get to that. Although we've chanted in the beginning, we'll chant with Shuklam Bharadaram. When we come back next week, we'll start into the actual meaning, starting from Shuklam Bharadaram. There's one shloka which Vaishnavas will add. I'll include that shloka also. So we'll go like that in a sequence. It's going to be very interesting, especially in the beginning part. We have all the story part also. So with this, I'll conclude here. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Appreciate you all coming.